Hi, welcome to the EWG Mercury News Journal. I'm Nick Petrarca.
And I'm Adam Reese, and today we're going to be starting off with Maddie Caruana on the no hat policy.
Here at Exeter West Greenwich High School, we have a very strict no hat policy enforced by many of the teachers throughout the school. I asked many kids their opinions on the hat policy, and they had a lot to say. I first sat down with high school senior Matt Pelletier.
This is America. We should be able to wear hats in school because it's a freedom of expression.
Although the policy is known well throughout the building, many of the students opt to leave the headgear on until they are acknowledged by a teacher or a staff member.
I think the hat policy is really dumb. I don't see why there needs to be a hat policy, and I don't think it distracts any students or makes a difference on their education.
Many teachers believe that removing a hat is a sign of respect.
Personally, I don't think that hats are that big of a deal, for kids to wear hats. It's just kind of just a kid wearing a hat. It's a little bit disrespectful, I understand that, but overall, I don't think it's that much of a pressing issue where we need to have an entire dress code policy dedicated to it.
Although many of the students disagree with the hat policy, it is one that will not be going away anytime soon here at EWG. Thank you for watching. I'm Madison Caruana here with EWG Mercury.
Thank you, Maddie. And now, we take a look at Mackenzie Walsh's news spot on the senior parking lot policy. Let's take a look.
The new rule for the senior parking lot has been brought into question for its necessity and its practicality.
There's not enough parking spots, and when it snows, there's plowed snow up against all the available parking spots that we're allowed to park in, and teachers park in our spots anyways, and they take up a bunch of spots. They don't use all the parking spots that are given to them, so if they're not using them, then why can't we use the available ones? Plus, if they're still coming in to park at 7:18, that's their problem. They should be here earlier.
I think there's some kind of readjustment necessary. There's always growing pains with those adjustments, but I think it is good to have a designated area. The juniors are in a certain area, the seniors in a certain area, and then now the faculty's in a certain area. So I think that it has solved the problem somewhat. I think at this point there's probably enough spaces for everybody. I know some of the seniors had to probably move out of the senior lot into other areas, and that caused some friction. If I were told as a faculty member where I needed to park, and it was somewhere that I didn't want to park, I would not be happy with that. So I understand where students are coming from as well. I don't want to park in the senior lot. I don't want that to be a designated faculty spot for me, because I like being in the front of the building, for whatever reason. Yeah, I definitely can sympathize with all parties on the topic.
Whether or not the students agree with this policy, for now it looks like it's here to stay.
Thank you, Mackenzie. Our next piece is on prison ball here at EWG, brought to you by Johnny Glendenning.
Hi, this is Johnny Glendenning reporting for the EWG Mercury. It's prison ball season here at EWG, so I sat down with some of the students and prison ball veterans to find out what's really going down with prison ball.
I think prison ball is a fantastic game, especially for this school. I think in any gym class, when you get in a unit, it gets very boring and very repetitive. So I think prison ball, doing it once a week on a Friday, is really good for the students. And I think as someone who's been in the gym classes and in the tournaments, I think it's a good way to bring the school together, and it's something that everyone goes to.
Prison ball has definitely been one of the highlights of my high school career. It's really fun, definitely my favorite gym activity. Definitely, everyone's favorite gym activity. I'm going to make that statement right now. Everyone loves prison ball. I don't know many people that don't love prison ball. It's definitely the best game out there. And prison ball tournaments are definitely the best part of Spirit Week. It's a night where everyone in the school comes together and we all have fun. We have a lot of spirit. Everyone's really loud that night. Just a fun night all around. And that's one thing I'm going to miss. I'm a senior, so I'm gone next year. That's one thing I'm definitely going to miss. I'm going to miss prison ball.
I love prison ball. It's really competitive. People get really intense, and raises a lot of money for the school, and it's a great way to stay in shape.
Yeah, so I've been in one tournament, and it was really fun. I enjoyed competing against other people, even though my team was really bad. It was just fun to get out there. In gym class, I definitely always play, when we have the opportunity to. I definitely go hard. I love playing it, and I always get out usually pretty easily, but it's still fun to play.
Yeah, I've been in a couple of tournaments. The last one I didn't really do too good in, but there were some reasons behind that. We got Connor's team. They're usually pretty filthy at it, but who knows? Prison ball is fun. I'm trying to go play prison ball right now, actually.
Well, prison ball, to me, I love prison ball. It's always very fun in gym class and in tournaments. I feel like the tournaments are a lot more fun because it's like more competitive and stuff.
Well, as you can see, prison ball is a pretty big deal here at UWG. This is Johnny Glendenning for the XOS Surge Mercury, signing off.
Thank you, Johnny. I recently had the chance to visit the directors of the UWG Drama Department and see what's the scoop on the new production. And here at Exeter West Greenwich High School, the Drama Department has been working tirelessly to put on their show of The Little Mermaid. I got the inside scoop.
I'm very excited for everyone to see the show because being the stage manager, I get to see everyone develop over time, and I get to see like character development and see where like people start and then where they go to. So it's really interesting to see like the development, and then like I think everyone's coming across really well. So I think the whole show's going to come together in like such an awesome way, and especially with like lighting and tech and stuff like that. We're trying to go big and over the top this year, so it's going to be really big, especially for my last year.
Come see Disney's The Little Mermaid, April 7th through the 10th. Who wouldn't want to go under the sea for this amazing adventure? Tickets are only $12 for students and $15 for adults. You don't want to miss the spring musical.
After seeing that, there's no doubt that this drama performance is going to be a good one.
Great job, Nick.
Thank you.
Our next piece is brought to you by Marcus Simonini on The Quest for College.
This is Marcus Simonini reporting for the EWG Mercury. The class of 2016 are now seniors, and I'm on the hunt to see if people are saying in-state or going out of state for college. Let's see what people have to say.
As far as college goes, I'm definitely planning on staying in-state for two reasons. One, because Rick is there, and Rick has the perfect subject field for me. It's really well known for teaching and everything. And also, you can't fight the in-state tuition.
I plan on staying in-state because I think even a small state like Rhode Island has pretty much everything to offer. It has a big school like URI, and it has a small schools like Rick and Bryant.
So I'm going out of state. I'm going down to North Carolina, and it's more of just because the schools don't have as good of programs that I want, and some of the schools down south actually had similar prices to in-state schools.
I think making a decision to stay in-state or to go out of state for college has many different variables. I think the biggest reason a lot of students do stay in state is the savings on tuition. It can save students tens of thousands of dollars over their 4 years in college. Being closer to home, the ability to maybe stay at home and rather than paying room and board, living in the dorms can be expensive at times. So, staying closer to home, you'll have the support of mom and dad, you're still around your friends. So I think a lot of students choose to stay around or stay in state for those reasons. I think some of the reasons students tend to leave the state and want to go further, Rhode Island being such a small state, they kind of want to get out. They want to see what the world has to offer them. Majors, a lot of times majors play a big part, wanting to maybe pursue something that might not be available in Rhode Island or at a state school in Rhode Island. My recommendation a lot of times to students is if you're going to go out of state, try to go far enough that you're away, but close enough that you could come home if you needed to. But I think either is a good option. I just think it's something that should be considered, and you need to look at all sides of it before you go and you make your final decision.
Whether they're staying in-state or going out of state, we know the class of 2016 will go on to great things. For the EWG Mercury, I'm Marcus Simonini signing off.
Thank you, Marcus. Now, Adam, I do believe that you also have had the chance to go out and do some reporting on the new electives that the school is getting. Am I right?
You are right.
Let's take a look.
Hi, welcome to the EWG Mercury. I'm Adam Reese, and today I will be interviewing several people on the new classes that are going to be happening next year.
To be honest with you, I am truly thrilled that we get all these new choices of new electives that we're offering. I think it's closer and closer to a more diverse school system as a whole, and I think it's just great. There's a few classes like history through cinema I'm definitely interested, and others. It's a tough decision, but I definitely approve that we are getting more options for gym classes and different types of gym classes, and it's again, as I said before, it's a step forward for the school as a whole. I mean, they always look good on a college resume, and the more elements you have added to your resume, the better it looks.
We do have two new phys ed class. Well, one new phys ed, one new health class has been approved by the guidance and administration. We have a health class, which is called Health for the Athlete. I believe that's an elective course, so you still do have to take Health 1 and Health 2, so this would be an elective course. And there's a new phys ed alternative, which you can take in place of a regular mainstream phys ed class, because in the long run, that's what we want health and wellness to be, is where they can go out on their own in the future and just make healthy choices for themselves. If they go to a gym, they know what they can do on their own instead of relying on somebody else to show them what to do.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. The real question is, are you going to be joining any of these classes next year? With the EWG Mercury, I'm Adam Reese, signing off.
Hi, my name is Scott Livesey with the EWG Mercury, reporting live from Exeter, West Greenwich Senior High School. Today's topic is the Rhode Island Blood Drive. Some people like to donate blood and some people don't, and here's why.
So I don't like giving blood, Tyler, because I'm afraid of needles, and like you could die because they could put it in wrong, and I don't want to die, you know. I want to live.
Yeah, I think giving blood's good because I want to go into nursing, so I think that saving lives by giving blood is always a good idea, especially if I want to go into that field of study. And I know that it helps save at least 3 lives for every time you donate, so that's why I like to do it.
And there you have it. Giving blood is a very controversial topic here at Exeter West Greenwich Senior High School, and we'd like to thank all students who donated blood to save these lives. I'm Scott Livesey here with EWG Mercury.
Thank you, Scott. Our last piece is brought to you by Chris McAfee on college tuitions.
Hi, I'm Chris McAfee, reporting for EWG Mercury News. Today, we ask students and teachers what they think of college tuition and how it affects a decision of a student.
One of the things that students have to be aware of is if they're paying for college, either partially or fully. If you're going into college and you are paying part of it or all of it, you have to be aware that you're going to come out with a lot of loans.
My opinion on college tuition, I think it's kind of ridiculous. Out-of-state tuition is too expensive. In-state, it's still expensive, but it's cheaper than out-of-state. So I recommend staying in-state. My college choice is going to be Rick, and I'm going there firstly because I want to be a teacher, and Rick's a great school for that. But second, you can't beat the in-state tuition at Rick. It's like $12,000, which is including room and board. And if I can graduate with $48,000 in debt, then there's no reason I can't go there. I mean, some schools it's like $60,000 a year just to go for 1 year. So I'm graduating with less debt for 4 years than most people are with 1 year.
I can definitely see why money would impact your decision because, you know, why would you spend so much money when you can go to a school free or for a really reduced price?
So at that point, you have to make a smart decision. Do you want to spend $80,000 or $150,000 to go out of state to major in something you can major in in-state? So you've got to be aware. $180,000, $50,000, $100,000, that's a lot of money. Do you want that loan on your head, that bill on your head?
Some schools, like I know the University of Carolina charges like $60,000 a year just for 1 year, and that's absolutely insane. I can graduate 4 years, get a degree, and for $12,000 less than that. So, I mean, why wouldn't I go and stay in state and take the cheaper option? Just got to put a dent in your bank account, obviously, and you're going to come out of college with a lot of loans, and you're going to stick with those loans for about 10, 15 years. You got to get a good job just to pay those off.
This was Chris McAfee, reporting for EWG Mercury News.
Thank you, Chris. I'm afraid that's all we have for today.
Stay tuned for the next edition of the EWG Mercury.
So, I was talking to